boys get mock up your clarinet. Cool hills, man. Near to Mandeville.
It's a blessing to sit and talk with you,
yes,
Pastor Chambers.
Bless you,
Thank
man.
you.
And get creative with your floors, walls, and all the spaces in between. Our knowledgeable sales consultants are happy to help create your beautiful finish with the latest designs in first quality porcelain, wood look, vinyl, mosaics, natural stones, and countertops. At Creative, you will get every tile you need for your residential or commercial projects. Creative Building Finishes, your one-stop shop for everything tiles. Visit our showroom at 5 Red Hills Road or call 876-929-5553. Get tiles, get creative.
Small business owners and independent contractors get affordable insurance with Sagicor Pro Shield. The time by Sagicor Life is
7 o'clock.
Tonight in CVM News at 7, major announcements made at 81st JLP Annual Conference. Protests persist in tourism sector. More strikes along North Coast. We have our Sunday premiere of Inspire Jamaica with Curlin Brown. And in sports, the outcomes of today's matches in the Jamaica Premier League.
Kingston, Jamaica, this is CVM News at 7 for Sunday, November 24, 2024. I'm Curlin Brown. And we begin with a major political event on the island. The Jamaica Labour Party, the JLP's 81st annual conference at the National Arena in Kingston under the banner Active and Strong, underscoring the party's efforts to showcase its achievements and lay out its vision ahead of the next general elections. Here's more from Raheim White.
The conference attracted thousands of supporters, with the party officials emphasizing their commitment to economic growth, infrastructure development, and a brighter future for Jamaica. Prime Minister Andrew Holness delivered the keynote address, where he highlighted the government's progress and detailed policies aimed at building a stronger Jamaica. Speaking to an energized crowd at the National Arena, Prime Minister Andrew Holness highlighted the government's achievements while unveiling plans for continued economic and social progress. Chief among his announcements was the reduction of the general consumption tax on electricity, set to drop from 15% to 7% after the next budget in March 2025. Holness reaffirmed his administration's commitment to ensuring no child is left behind in the education system. He made it clear that financial constraints should never prevent a student from attending school. Addressing concerns around auxiliary fees, Holness also called for greater enforcement of laws deputizing education officers as truancy officers to identify and re-engage students who are not attending schools. The Prime Minister lauded the government's economic management, pointing to record low unemployment at 4.5% and 8 consecutive years without new taxes. He also reaffirmed the administration's focus on infrastructure development, job creation, and policies aimed at ensuring a prosperous future for all Jamaicans. Raheim White for CVM News.
Meanwhile, CVM's panelists shared mixed views on the Prime Minister's speech and his raft of promises. Neika Lewis continues with their highlights.
While CVM's panelists didn't see eye to eye on many things regarding the 81st JLP annual conference on Sunday, there were things on which they seemingly could. Among them, the value of the spend of $79 million pumped into the event.
Spending money on people to come together as a family, celebrate the wins, acknowledge the lows, and just pave the way forward, and that indeed our party leader paved the way forward. Definitely worth it.
Well, in political communication, imagery is very important. Image and message is really the two strong things that you would want to look on as a political party. Image-wise, I think that they looked good from how uniform they were to the entire setup of the stage and the arena. So I think definitely, from that point of view, money well spent.
When we look at how the stage was set, we look at the progression of the program, how everything was organized accordingly. It was indeed a proper conference. Not only that, we saw that there was, I would say, an attempt to be clean, sleek, short, concise, get the exact messages across. And when you look at that, you look at the setup, of course, we saw that even after the conference, that there was a live ad of what happened at the conference. That says a lot. That means people were working in the background. So that's definitely money well spent.
They, however, veered from unity on the matter of the party leader's speech with the promise of GCT cuts on JPS bills, the push for truancy officers, and other measures to allay the pressures of daily life. Bent not only saw the speech as a tad hyperbolic, but on the promises, he notes,
creditable, but I think promises on a platform is different from action. We have a couple of months before this thing is realized. I'm not too excited about it until I see actual plans in place, an actual move as to when this is going to happen. We don't know yet exactly when. And many things can change between now and then.
Clark, who gave the conference a solid 9 out of 10, welcomed the Prime Minister's speech as concise and effective.
That was the right move by the party leader today, keeping it very concise. He touched on 3 critical points for the Jamaican people: cost of living, education, and of course the things that make living easier, which is National Water Commission and the Jamaica Public Service.
So utilities.
Utilities. It's when you do your budget every month, it's a line item that you can't miss. And for the party leader to come out, I believe this message spoke to someone who's listening, someone who has heard the cry of the Jamaican people and is identifying ways to address it.
Meanwhile, Roden hailed the GCT slash as a catalyst for productivity.
A 53% decrease, especially when it comes down to businesses in production, will be major. And that will drive, I think, some serious look at how those businesses can even modernize now when they see that they don't have to spend as much as on electricity, because tax is a major part of anything we pay in Jamaica. So this is definitely welcomed.
Neika Lewis, CVM News.
And the JLP's General Secretary, Dr. Horace Chang, during his presentation, addressed key strategies for the party's future during the annual conference. He underscored the importance of strengthening organizational structure. Dr. Chang also highlighted leadership continuity, noting seasoned members like Audley Shaw will step aside to allow fresh voices to emerge. He reassured supporters of the party's readiness to tackle pressing national issues, emphasizing innovative solutions and increased engagement with younger Jamaicans to maintain relevance and public support.
This government led by Andrew Horace has run the country in a way that we can say confidently we have the capacity, financially and physically, to correct those problems. We have always had the need to fix the critical things of the country. We will move out aggressively in the new year. We'll spark work across the country as the new road program hits the road. It will be good work, good money, and good roads to come under the Labour Party. As General Secretary, I want to repeat my welcome to all who are here today at the 81st Annual Conference, the delegates, the members of the party, the workers who carry the burden, whether it is rain or sun, across our country, walk in the hills and valleys to ensure there is victory for the Labour Party. I welcome you all, commend you for your effort, thank you for your support across Jamaica. I can see and feel the energy. I understand there are hundreds of buses coming along from the highway into Halfway Tree, still out there coming in from across the island. We welcome them all today. The United Labour Party, a united Labour Party, active and strong, will not only be victorious in a third term, we have the leadership to build a better, peaceful and prosperous nation, a great nation. Our people deserve this. Dr. Andrew Horace deserves it, and the Labour Party needs to continue to lead this country in a time of difficulty.
Meanwhile, the Member of Parliament for St Andrew East Rural, Juliet Holness, took to the stage at the conference calling for a future of stable, transformative leadership. She emphasised the need for the JLP to remain in power for at least 20 consecutive years, building on the progress made during its current tenure. Mrs. Holness also celebrated the party's success in enhancing the PATH program and overhauling critical infrastructure, while urging Jamaicans to actively contribute to a cleaner and more orderly society for sustained national prosperity.
I can call the examples. I know one of my women in Bull Bay who today enjoys a 2-bedroom concrete house. You know, in your rural communities, women who are farmers who are doing very, very well because of the policies of this government. I can pick out a young lady now completing her studies to be a medical doctor, and she says, oh God, thanks to the Jamaica Labour Party government. This Jamaica Labour Party understands that our women are key to our families, our communities, our society, and ultimately Jamaica. Labour rights, we not stop promote women. We not stop big them up. We not stop train them.
Another highlight of Sunday's conference was the address by Western Portland Member of Parliament Darrell Vaz, who tackled recent criticism surrounding what opposition members have labelled as Vazism. On one hand, he dismissed the terms as political rhetoric, while embracing it as a representation of his dedication to the transformative leadership.
It would never, ever come off without speaking about Portland. I hear all kind of rumors and other things in Portland that them are going to broke the vase. The only vase I see broken in politics is not Anne-Marie Vaz and not Darrell Vaz. It's Dwayne Vaz in a 2020 when we beam a backside in. You know I don't put my mouth around and talk. Everybody know that about Darrell Vaz. I have one thing to say to conference to Jamaica and to my Prime Minister and colleagues. Them talk about Vazism and what Vazism mean. Portland is Vazland, argument done.
And still on politics, JLP Chairman Robert Montague, who served in various key ministerial roles, reinforced to Labourites the party's vision for Jamaica's future. He highlighted what he says are the party's successes in governance, while also stressing the importance of unity moving forward. To Jamaicans overall, he urges them to continue supporting the JLP's agenda, citing the administration's track record in local government, national security and infrastructure development as evidence of its capability or its capacity to advance the nation's ambitions.
The third term is needed so that the poor and vulnerable can get proper help, so that party workers can get help, so that Jamaica can be stronger. The third term is needed so that farmers can get more inputs, so that the taximan, the bus owner and the driver can expand their business and the vendors can upgrade. The third term is needed so that we can unite as a country and do more to reduce crime and violence. It is a cancer that is costing the country almost 4% of GDP, or about $40 billion. Do you know what we could do with even half of $40 billion?
to improve the lot and the lives of poor people. The third term is needed to create more opportunities for our youths, create more space for women, especially single mothers, and to create more programs to help the elderly. The third term is needed so we can reform the procurement process, but keep the checks and balances so that government projects can be implemented faster to benefit you, the people of Jamaica.
Stay with us for more here on CVM News at 7, coming up in a moment.
And preparing for back to school have taken a toll. It's time to get some money in your pocket. At Chris and Charles, we understand your financial needs. With just a quick call, you can access funds to catch up on bills and cover unexpected expenses. Our process is fast, simple, with funds deposited in your account in no time. Don't stress, get money in your pocket. Call 876-926-0609 or visit our website today. Conditions apply. When you think loans, think Chris and Charles.
Merry Christmas from Edgecombe Paints, changing lives 1 gallon at a time.
Get tiles and get creative with your floors, walls, and all the spaces in between. Our knowledgeable sales consultants are happy to help create your beautiful finish with the latest designs in first quality porcelain, wood look, vinyl, mosaics, natural stones, and countertops. At Creative, you will get every tile you need for your residential or commercial projects. Creative Building Finishes, your one-stop shop for everything tiles. Visit our showroom at 5 Red Hills Road or call 876-929-5553. Get tiles, get creative.
Turn your dreams into reality with the Overseas Examinations Commission. Take the next step towards success. Register as a private candidate for June 2025 CXC exams. Complete our e-application form via our website, overseasexams.org.jm. Take the completed form to our office in Kingston or Montego Bay. Payments accepted via debit or credit card only. Deadline Friday, November 29, 2024. Call us today at 876-618-3721. Follow us on social media at Overseas Exams. The OEC, Jamaica's Examinations Hub.
Welcome back. Also this weekend, the heavy rains caused a section of the roadway in Bangaridge, rural Portland, to collapse. Residents say the road broke away in the early hours of Sunday morning, leaving it impassable to vehicles. Now, despite the setback, the community is not entirely cut off, as alternative routes are available. Efforts are underway to assess the damage and determine the next steps to restore access. Meanwhile, there were warnings from the Meteorological Service of Jamaica, which forecast increased rainfalls starting Sunday. In fact, citizens are still being urged to remain cautious, as heavy rainfall is expected to continue in the coming days. The police have made progress into investigations regarding the circulation of a disturbing video involving the inappropriate behavior between a schoolgirl and multiple schoolboys. It has been confirmed 5 of the 8 boys identified in the video are now in police custody, while efforts continue to locate the other 3. Anyone with information is being urged to come forward and assist with the investigation. The police are also asking the public to refrain from sharing the video, as it can further traumatize the victim and also hinder the investigation. Additionally, sharing such content carries penalties of up to 20 years in prison. Gender Minister Olivia Grange and Education Minister Dr. Dana Morris-Dixon, in a joint statement, have condemned the incident, calling for swift justice and greater efforts to protect children from exploitation. Investigations are ongoing, and the public is being encouraged to support the authorities in bringing those involved to justice. There was a recent call to action in many spaces across the world, with men taking center stage. It was also an opportunity for mentorship and responsible interactions to uplift masculinity. Our newsroom stopped at a corporate area high school.
The turnout for the start of the whole Boys' Day celebration, it wasn't that great, but it's getting better.
It's from relatable examples and the consequences of being late that many men can now speak to boys on the importance of not only being punctual, but being present for occasions such as Boys' Day, which interestingly this year coincided with another symbolic 24 hours.
We know today is International Men's Day. We appreciate and we recognize that men continue to make valuable and lasting contributions in our society. The boys would have benefited from a vast amount of knowledge and insights that we would have shared. I mean, a lot of us were just coming out of high school, we're not so old, so it's really a privilege to be here.
Valuable nuggets were laid down under the theme Empowering Minds, Inspiring Futures at the co-ed institution started by Ivy May Green on Portland Road before it was eventually relocated to Camperdown Road. Now, while talking to CVM News, the youth leader pulled out a golden rule.
I was there for a session with Alexander the Great, and it was very inspirational, motivational. He left quite a few gems that stick with me. One such was wisdom comes with time.
The schoolboys were also reminded there is a place for them.
There is a place for them. But guess what happened? There is a place for them, but they don't have a place themselves. Yes, because it's all about choices. Jamaica and the world is plagued with something called crime. And if we can tap into the youths and get them to really understand how crucial, how critical it is for them to be positive and stay on the positive roads, and also for them to know how to deal with conflicts.
The school's Guidance, Intervention, Family and Teacher Services Gifts Department remains set on its transformative journey.
They always tell you the greatest lesson is to learn from next one mistake than make the mistake yourself.
Well, by the day's end, men and boys had socialized together, cooked and ate together, some with their biological fathers, and they chilled together. Curlin Brown, CVM News. More to come right after this. Stay with us.
Morning, Paul and Marsha embark on their journey to better themselves and to secure their family's future.
With the support of SLB's Pay As You Study loan offered to employed individuals, I'm able to study while working.
I am advancing my career through SLB's postgrad loan, pursuing my dreams with confidence.
Balancing family, work, and education is challenging, but with SLB's support, Paul and Marshall manage their responsibilities with ease. SLB's PACE and postgrad loans allow Paul and Marsha to not just pursue their educational goals, but they know that when their son is ready for university, SLB's targeted loan will take care of his tertiary education. Thanks to Student Loan Bureau, they're not just managing today, they're planning for a brighter tomorrow. For more information about SLB's PACE and postgrad loans, visit our website at slbja.com.
Recycling Partners of Jamaica. Yeah, we got to make a change, and we have to do it now, can't wait for later. We put plastic in its place, and we all can agree that will be safer than in the gullies and in the drains. Recycling Partners of Jamaica. We put plastic in its place, yeah, the place of it clean. PET, that up on the ethylene. HDPE, buckle up, it get screen. Baby to granny, everybody roping. Yeah, we got to go green, you know what I mean. rain. See the sign from the bin, if you drop it in through car window, you fling that another thing. And we don't want no garbage in this game. No, we are the little bug, them are not the same. So listen up, Jamaica, I'm saying it's time to make a change. Recycling partners of Jamaica, we put plastic in its place, and we all can agree that we'll be safer than in the gullies in the heavy rains. Recycling partners of Jamaica, we put plastic in its place.
Sexy Christmas Eve.
You spend all the money I buy pure wine.
That's how they complain about the money.
Everything are pure.
Sweeten up your Christmas with Pure Money Christmas promotion. Buy and enjoy pure bulk wine and any other pure product for an even sweeter chance to win this season. Be one of 5 lucky winners of $100,000. See the press for details.
Christmas nice for true.
Merry Christmas from Edgecombe Paints, changing lives one gallon at a time.
AnyBet is Jamaica's premier company for in-person or online betting in Jamaica, with more than 40 locations nationwide. Enjoy more games, more bets, and more winnings at anybet.com, with access to the widest range of products to place your bets, including football, cricket, dog racing, and a host of exciting instant games that offer some of the best odds available. Chances are there's an AnyBet location near you. Must be 18 years and older. AnyBet, your best bet.
So glad you stayed with us, because as we anticipate the fast approaching Yuletide season surrounding the miraculous birth of a baby boy, we note it's also often considered to be a period of loss and grief. For this Inspire Jamaica, we used cinematography courtesy of Cleon A. James of Top Notch Vision Films to bring home the true story of one child, but chances are he's not alone.
Reach out and touch somebody's hand. Make this world a better place. If you
come, I want to talk to you.
Man, who do you think you are? You're not my dad. You know what? Get out of my room.
The pains of grieving, which hit at so many different levels, hurt so badly. Imagine a child trying to process these seemingly uncontrollable feelings.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with Malik.
Babe, I'm tired of it. Cause trust me, if he was my son, you'd want to know what I would do to him.
When regression happens, even luxury becomes just a band-aid.
Malik, your mom's right? You really gonna be disrespecting your mom like that? Malik, I can take you disrespecting me, but not your mom. You need to apologize.
And if I don't, what you gonna do?
I understand. Malik, you need to apologize to your mom now. Go. Don't touch me. Malik, get higher.
Over time, mental absorption and increased irritability will collide. Thanks to Top Notch's foreign exchange, the vision of an answer is found in Jamaica with a humble nuclear family.
Malik, this is where you're gonna live for the next 3 months. These nice people are gonna be your family. Consider him, your dad, she, your mom, and this gonna be your little brother.
So Isaiah, how was your flight?
It was good. It was my first time on the plane.
Over here is the closet.
All these clothes is his son's?
Yes.
By himself?
Yes, these are all his clothes.
The first time I ever seen so many clothes for one person.
And this room is where you and my son will be sleeping on that bed.
Me and him have to sleep in the same bed?
Yeah, man, this is how it is in Jamaica. You have to learn to share.
Well, where is the clothes?
Right here is your clothes.
Where's the shoes?
Your shoes is right there.
One pair of shoes?
Yes.
Man, back in America, I had 15 pairs of shoes.
Yeah.
And this is not name brand.
No, my son, he had only 2 pair of shoes. He had to wear one to America, and this is the only one that leaves.
As the boys exchange places, the pain-stricken American experiences patience, love and prayer in a dirt-poor home, opening a new avenue to respect.
This is child abuse. You know what? I'm gonna call the police. I'm sick of getting pushed around.
Call the police? Here, call the police. And remember, this is not America, this is Jamaica. It's not 911, it's 119. Here, call the police.
He conquers the difficulty of forming trusting relationships and the magic in opening up about the loss of his father.